Hey guys, greetings, how's it going? I'm sitting here in bed on a Saturday night with the open fire going and because it's freezing here. But I wanted to share something because I'm just sort of doing some work and other bits and pieces. And yeah, I know, what am I working on a Saturday night for? But I kind of love just sort of being in bed and just working on stuff. But anyway, and what I wanted to share with you is that the last couple of weeks, for me personally, there's been a lot of stuff coming up. It's probably been one of the worst times of my life in terms of this. I could probably only think of two other times in my life that I've been as devastated, right? And I've been going through the process of emotions over the last couple of weeks with things. And I really, in every minute, otherwise I just would have lost it. Like in every minute I've had to monitor. And when I say monitor, I really have an awareness about my feelings and what's coming up and what's going on in my head and and I've had to bring it back to my heart and bring it back to my heart. Going into a lot of anxiety, going to all that sort of stuff. And what I wanted to share with you is that the importance of feeling it and not running from it. So there's a lot of talk, and it is out there a lot in the spiritual community as well, that, you got to stay high vibes. So if something's coming up, go meditate, go and take some plant medicine, go and, I don't know, smoke weed. It's probably the same thing. Go and... go to yoga or go out and, go and see somebody or go, that is, all of that is avoidance. So yes, you can go and meditate if you're willing to look at it and ask in the meditation the best course of action, right? So it's really important to sit with it and go through the process, because there's so many people that bypass, and it can be spiritual bypassing when we always want to stay high vibrational. To actually ascend to our higher self more and more, we can't always stay in a higher vibration because we've got to assist and have an awareness of whatever's coming up. Okay, so it's very much spiritual bypassing to keep saying, oh, I'm going to stay in the fluff. I'm going to stay in the high vibration. I'm just going to push that aside. I'm not going to answer my phone. I'm not going to do this. Yeah, you definitely have boundaries about the phone. And so definitely have boundaries. And if you're having trouble with boundaries, grab my latest boundary activation meditation that I'm actually got on YouTube as well. You can go and grab that. That one isn't for free, but it's only $11.11. You can grab it in my on my website. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So don't spiritual bypass. It's really important that we really look at the emotions that are coming up and address them. Like you say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling anxiety in this moment. Why am I feeling anxiety? Behind anxiety is a fear. So what am I feeling in this moment? What am I afraid of? Sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. Someone's out there watching TV. Not a show that I would watch, but anyway, that's why I'm in my room. But what is coming up around that? What am I afraid of? And then ask yourself, are you afraid of the situation, or is it someone you're afraid of that might be not coping with the situation as well and projecting it onto you? Or is someone going to yell at you? Or is someone going to be judgy of you? Or is someone, going to voice their opinion very loudly because... there's a lot of people around us that haven't done their work and even started their ascension process. So they still very much in the 3D about limiting beliefs and how they handle things, and they want to control things, and they want to tell you how it should be done, or they want to tell you what you should be doing with your life, right? So there could be situations like that, and especially if you've people pleased with these people a lot, So there could be these situations where you want to avoid it and you go, oh, this person's going to start coming at me with this and that and the other, and I'm in just my little piece and I don't want that, right? But at some point there is a fear around that of you not, and behind that is you not speaking your own truth, or just allowing that person to be in that energy while you're in yours and doing what you want to do. So a lot of people want to try and control other people, and they want to try and control other people's emotions to match theirs, right? So if they're not coping with it, but you are, because you've already jumped into a higher perspective about it and going, okay, well now we're here now in phase 2 and we can try and solve this issue or whatever. I'll see it from a higher perspective. You might be saying that to those people around you, but they're not listening because they're not there yet, right? So they're still going to project their stuff onto you. And this is where you must have boundaries as well. But if these are some of the things that you stay in fear around, of why you maybe don't use your voice, speak up, make decisions from your heart and soul of what you want to do, what you know is best for you, or just, you find yourself, because we can find ourselves being dragged into situations that aren't even about us either, because people drag us in. And if we don't consciously choose to say, hang on, no, I'm not getting dragged into this, and we jump in to try and fix it or try and help that, whatever, then we're in that whole mix as well, right? So some of these situations, I'm sharing them because these have been some of the situations that I've been in the last few weeks, that I've had to, in every moment, have an awareness of how much I want to get involved and how much I don't, or how much my ego, pardon me, and the fear is coming up of speaking my truth to a person when they're not going to like it. Okay, so these are the things I've had to watch. Today, I hit a bit of a milestone where I really, because this person's close to me, right? So where I really, and it was a childhood wound, had to speak up and just, they were kind of setting the bound or the control, we have to do this and and I just was like, no, enough, right? So the fear and the energy of anxiety that comes from that, and anything that you're not looking at or willing to address, want to avoid, just hope it goes away, it'll keep coming up in energies all the time, especially the energies on the planet. It'll keep cycling and come up if you don't face that. So it's really important, guys, to not spiritually bypass, to not just say, I want to stay in a high vibration, I'm ignoring that, I'm going over here, or to run from it. I had somebody that I've known for years, that lives in another country, but we've always just chatted, and he's on a similar path to me, and we would sort of, and he would say, I've got your back, and I'm here to listen, and da-da-da. And we had a little bit of a difference of opinion last week, and it was just all in talking like this. It was all coming from the heart and everything, but he just obviously didn't like that I had a difference of opinion, and he just completely left, like ghosted, and off he went, right? So he is on the divine masculine path. He's not my divine masculine, but yeah, we're just friends, and we've just often shared now and then, and this is what happened. So I'm not going to get, up in a tiz about that, because I have I was just in my heart space and sharing my emotions and how I felt about a situation that didn't agree with him. He didn't like that. People are going to be triggered at different times to work through their own stuff. And it might be you that is meant to be triggering to do that. And you may not even realize that. But there was a time when I used to say, oh my God, what have I done? What have I said? Is it my fault? Did I hurt him? Da-da-da-da, or her, or da-da-da-da-da. I don't do that now, because if I'm coming from my heart and I'm speaking my truth as just my perspective of what I'm feeling as a feminine, because that's what the conversation was, he was saying what he thinks the feminine is feeling or wants, and I was saying, well, I can only speak from me, and this is what I feel. And obviously there was something triggering in there for him. But so just really, I've had to really over the last few weeks focus on me 100% and always come back to what's best for me, right? In terms of my boundaries, being open and understanding to listen, but to still choose what's right for me, i.e. the boundaries, and not people pleasing, and not getting jumping into an arena where there's a whole lot of devastation, anxiety, and everybody's up here in in their whole head about everything. And it will be tricky if you have done a lot of work over the years in this area and you've got people around you that haven't done any or have done very little. And so their default button is still going to the ego, and it's still going to limiting beliefs, and it's still going to fears, and it's still going to issues around money or security, or it's triggering their wounds that they haven't looked at, but that's bringing up stuff. And so they're defaulting to old patterns and cycles and decisions around something, where instead of just looking maybe at a higher perspective. So, it's always, as we say, you cannot solve a problem in the consciousness that it was created in. So just remember that. And please, please, please don't bypass. If feelings and emotions are coming up, deal with it. And if you've got to go to work, or you've got to, because I've still had to do things in the last few weeks, but while I am doing those things, I'm conscious and aware of my feelings and what's coming up. And I'm not in a rush necessarily to even get rid of them or feel them. And this is it. People are in a rush to get rid of them. Oh, I'll go and do this. Oh, I'll go and do that. Oh, I've got to, No, don't be in a rush to get rid of the feeling. Let it come up. If it has to sit with you for days while you're processing something, it's because it is there for a reason, because you're still processing something. And some things sat with me for days, and I was kind of starting to do that. Oh my God, I just want this energy to go. And then I went, no, it's there for a reason. So I started to go deeper of why it was there. And the what I got to the last couple of days, I got to that space to be able to do that because of what I'd sat with and what came up for me. Okay, so we have to know what the root cause of why we react the way we do, or why we, have anxiety, what's triggering, what's going on. And you have to, and I'm not saying moving forward, I'm not going to have to do that again. Because some people just still want to, they're in their space and they're going to still react the same. But I've said I've stepped back, and I've made choices, from the situation. So isn't it funny when you're talking about a situation, but you're not really giving any information, you've got to kind of word it differently. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to share that. So please, with these energies coming up, it's so important to go in and feel it and not bypass it. Okay, and if you are needing help, I always forget to say this in my videos, but I am actually still doing one-on-one sessions. So please let me know if you're interested. You can go to my website and you can book there. I'm about to do a special actually on a few sessions, so you can watch out for that. Let me know below if you don't mind putting it in the comments. But yes, so let me know. I think that's actually, that's all I want to say. Important message though. Okay, take care, and I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are. Sending you lots of love. Bye.